Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Sunday, July 30th, 2017 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi, and our energy mantra for today is, I float in my joy like a river. Today, I tried to skip today. I was laughing about that as I was introducing myself because I literally was trying to skip Sunday and just move to Monday. Not because it's a bad day, but I was like, Monday, we're going to do the horoscope for Monday. I was like, wait, I never did Sunday after I finished writing it out. And I was like, oh, okay, back to Sunday. And we have some important transits to move through today. But the theme of the day is that energy of being in the flow. We have the sun at 7 degrees through most of the day. It will shift to 8 a little bit later, which is that energy of personal responsibility. So you're responsible for your floating, allowing yourself to float in your river of joy. And I have a second energy mantra for you today to help you move through this energy, which is Aham Prema, I am divine love. And we're going to start with Venus. We have Venus preparing to move into Cancer. Venus will be moving into Cancer on Sunday, which means today, through most of the day, Venus will be at 29 degrees in Gemini. 29 degrees is that master level degree. There is healing through it, but it is like, have you gotten the lessons of Venus in Gemini? And to me, this lesson that we want to make sure that we get through the day is attuning our consciousness. Gemini energy, which connects to mental energy or our consciousness, attuning our consciousness to pleasure, to joy, to harmony. And I do have, this is actually the first card I pulled today. I pulled the cards different. Everything's different. I'm doing everything differently. I usually pull the cards and leave them face down sitting there, and I pulled them, let's see what this one is, just sitting like this, and I pulled it, morality, I pulled it and turned it over like that, and I was like, that's different. I never do it like that, but that's how I did the energy today. And the first one, like I said, was harmony. So attuning your consciousness to pleasure, to harmony within yourself, getting into that energy. And like I said, Aham Prema, I am divine love. Now, we have some interesting energies going on. I've been talking about in the scope how we have the Jupiter building to Pluto square. We're building into eclipse energies, so we're working a lot with the shadows and light. And Venus rules Libra, so Venus is trying to find the balance, and then through this, part of the balance is moving into the flow of joy, moving into the flow of love, moving into that flow of pleasure consciousness. Now, Venus is actually making two connections today. Venus is connecting to Chiron at 28 degrees in Pisces and to Uranus at 28 degrees in Aries. So 28 degrees, we've gone over this energy, but 28 degrees, that is a 10. So it's attuning us to our worth. So there are some worth lessons in this. Venus square Chiron may be bringing us up some old stuff that we need to find harmony with, that we may still be out of balance with. To tell you, this last week, I have had one of my ex-boyfriends repeatedly come up in my dreams, and I've been finding myself get mad at him in my dreams. And that's one. And the other one, I'm like, I'm so grateful for you. So there's my balance right there. But in my dreams, I'm having to face some of these shadows that have been tucked away. You may find this with this Venus square Chiron. It may not be relationship based, but there will be some old things that need to come up, that are coming up for your benefit, so that you can shift your consciousness around it, so you can bring healing. Chiron is healing energy to any of these wounds that are still holding on. I have the comparison card in reverse, and I think this is an important card to note in this. Comparison is not the energy that is going to help you heal in and through this. Comparison is merely an illusion. We want to get past that illusion. What was it? What happened? What's the good? What's the joy? What's the lesson in any of these things that came up? And if you can grasp that and hold that energy with, like, I see clearly now, that's a book by Dr. Wayne Dyer. I see clearly now why this happens and what I got from this. That will bring you so much healing. You cannot force it though. It has to come up and move through in its own time, but you are ready. You are ready to face this energy. Now I love that as Venus is squaring Chiron, bringing up some of these things to be healed, we have Venus sextiling Uranus. A sextile is a helpful connection. So Uranus is helping Venus in liberating, releasing this energy that is still coming up in and through and around your worth. And Uranus and Aries is really not about comparison, because Uranus is like, this is like comparing apples and oranges. They're different fruits from different trees. They have their own validity, their own benefits in many different ways. So Uranus will help if you find yourself in that comparison mode. Uranus will help shift you from that so you can get past that illusion energy. Besides that, we have the moon in Scorpio making all of the rest of the connections. So the moon in Scorpio, sun in Leo. Again, this theme of shadows and light coming up. Moon in Scorpio sometimes attunes us to some of the shadow aspects that we need to look at in and of ourselves. It always starts here. In order to come into harmony, you have to start here. The moon in Scorpio is connecting to Mercury, connecting to Mars, connecting to the sun, and connecting to Neptune. I'm actually going to start with that final connection. Moon, trine, Neptune. Strong psychic energy that is helping attune us. And again, Neptune is retrograde in Pisces, so Neptune retrograde in Pisces may also be bringing up some old stuff to be processed. Don't forget, you're ready. You can handle this. The sun square the moon and Mars square the moon. Those are both Leo energies that are squaring the moon, and that may be where you have to find the balance in the shadows and the light. And I just want to say again, in order to come into your harmony, in order to come into this energy, divine love, I have the Lover's card, good aspects for love energy. In order to come into this, you have to be willing to face those energies as they come up. The sun does not always want to attend to the shadows, but I do have from the 13 moon deck, I do have the unknown card. It is the frequency of black. And it's funny because I was looking at my closet and I was like, I don't want to actually wear black today. And then this shirt called to me. The shirt says believe. And I was like, oh, but I really do want to wear this shirt. So I was like, fine, black. And then I pulled this card and I was like, okay, black. Receptive, listening, empty, fallow, regenerative, rebirth, renewal, change. The moon in Scorpio brings those energies. Looking at the shadows, our willingness to go into those areas brings that energy of change, of renewal, of transformation. I always say the highest level of Scorpio or Pluto energy is transformation in order to empowered. If there are things that are unknown within ourselves, when it comes to the shadows, these things that we've hidden away, it's like a power leakage. But when we can take them, we can own them, when we can bring them the light, when we can bring them the sun and Leo, joy, the love, when we can approach the inner child. A lot of times, some of these shadows go back to inner child energies. If we can go into those energies, we can transform them and be empowered through the process. So that might be, there's a lot of squares going on. You may feel that energy. You may feel that resistance. Square energy, to me, I always feel it as this resistance to go there. And it's like resisting, okay, I do this all the time. Resisting making dinner. Like, I don't really want to. I don't want to do all the work. I don't want to go there, blah, 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 all the things. And then I do it, and then I eat it. I'm like, oh, this is so good. If only I had given into it sooner. It's just that. I mean, we resist things all the time. So it's just noticing where you may be resisting. And instead of being in that resistance, flow with it as much joy as you have to offer. And remember, aham prima, I am divine love. What I love though about this is that moon trining Neptune, that energy is helping. And my hope is bringing that psychic energy can help you get into harmony sooner by bringing you insight, by bringing you gut intuition to help you process whatever needs to be processed. I also feel that the moon connecting to Mercury will also be holding and helping that. Mercury is in Virgo. having us listen to our body, attune to the details, listen to the details that our body is giving us, listen to the yum or the yuck, how it is ultimately pointing us like, yeah, this thing feels good, this is good, or no, this thing doesn't feel good, but maybe we need to address this. Listen to that to help you move through this. I do feel this is going to be a very healing day if we can flow with this and not resist it. That's going to be the key, is really working with the flow, and you will come into your divine harmony. I don't know if I showed you this card yet, but I'm going to show you. I have the change card. So we're in eclipse season. Change happens. It is the name of the game. But look at this. Look at this positivity. Look at this love. And this is coming from the foundation of self-love that you have been working so diligently on in and through yourself. All right. So let's read a little bit of this unknown card. The frequency of black symbolizes the unknown, which is an intrinsic part of change. Consider using the color black to support yourself in being receptive and welcoming change rather than resisting it. Drawing the frequency challenges you to consider actually moving into the unknown with the spirit of an adventurer without contracting or holding your breath. This is a call to embrace your fear rather than judging yourself for having it. If you are presently or in the near future offered a change that requires moving into the unknown, consider this frequency as a messenger to support you in making this choice. At some point in your journey, spiritual initiation demands that you move into the unknown with no guarantees. This could be that moment. If it is, this frequency supports you in trusting and leaping empty into the void. And the last little bit is, what is revealed about what you are presently genuinely feeling by looking out through the lens of the frequency of black. And I have the song, although this isn't a very positive song, but I have the song Painted Black by the Rolling Stones playing in my head as I'm going through this. I like black because black is, a frequency that does hold all of the possibility of all the colors, and black does hold the energy of infinite possibilities. It is that energy of the void, and it goes very well with this moon in Scorpio. So bring this. Be willing to go into this energy. It doesn't have to be scary, and it doesn't have to be negative. Sometimes I think we think of shadows as scary and negative, but like I said, when we look at them, when we're willing, there is so much available for us in and through the energy. So that is it for today. Book a reading if you want to dive deeper into your personal chart. Check out GPS for the week. We recorded that, and that is up at the Gaia Blooming YouTube channel, so go check that out. We dove into all of the transits for this week, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.